25-year-old man in New York arrested for trying to join Al-Qaeda. Well, here's the amazing part. He said it was still easier to join Al-Qaeda using their website than it was to sign up for Obamacare. He just...
It's almost too easy. Nervous executives flocking to the White House, a crisis fixer enlisted to clean up an epic mess, an NFL team taking taxpayer money to push the president's agenda. Plot points from an episode of Scandal? Nope. Just the latest effort by the White House to go full-on damage control in the Obamacare rollout. Things are getting desperate enough for one Colorado-based group to release this ad equating the lack of health insurance to doing a keg stand. So are we ready for Bro-Obamacare? Bruce Turkel is back. He is our marketing guru. Wow. It is hard to know where to start with all those things. We say Bro-Obamacare because in the ad, I mean, I've got to start there, where they're doing this, the keg stand, they say, got insurance, brosurance. I guess, in theory, trying to make it cool to go get insurance, although I'm not sure any of these three guys are cool. What is the point of this ad, and is it working? You're my marketing guru, and I am befuddled by this.
I think the ad is done by a private insurance company who's saying that there's some opportunities and you can't count on being young, being healthy, drinking a lot of beer as your health care plan. Looks to me like they're trying to go after these invincibles that the government has been saying that they need in order to build a significant and robust insurance critical mass.
It's the Colorado Consumer Health Initiative and Progress Now Colorado Education have joined together to put this ad out. Is it effective? And is this, you know, whether or not the Obama administration paid for this ad directly or indirectly, does it make sense to be promoting this to younger people right now when you can't even get on the website and sign up anyway?
No, and that's the biggest problem. When you're creating any kind of marketing, you have to cast where the fish are swimming. And if you're going after young consumers, then you have to speak to young consumers in a language they understand. I think a stupid pun about Bro-Obama and showing people doing handstands on kegs, that doesn't ring true to anybody. And then the distribution vehicle, in this case now 800 numbers, is not going to work with the audience that they're looking at. This is an audience that lives their entire life online, on mobile.
Yeah.
They're used to instant gratification. They are not going to wait while the system gets up and running.
No, and
so
in this case,
is not going to work.
In your best case scenario, you're trying to send them to a website, which, by the way, doesn't work right now.
Right.
There are also reports out there, Baltimore Ravens have accepted $130,000 in taxpayer money to go out and promote Obamacare. You know, what kind of message does this send when, you know, once again, you got a website that's not up and working, there are some serious problems, but they're out paying pro athletes who don't need the money with taxpayer dollars to go out and, you know, peddle this
well, I think
care.
we're confusing a couple different issues here. First of all, we have to separate, from a marketing point of view, the distribution vehicle, which is the website, from the product itself, which is the insurance plan.
Why do we have to separate that? Because the president would like us to separate it, but if you're somebody out there trying to get the insurance, you can't separate it from the website.
No, but as far as what works and what doesn't work, what we know is that the distribution vehicle does not work. So these other vehicles we're talking about, advertising or doing tie-ins with football players or whoever, that's a completely different part. That is the marketing message. The problem, as you pointed out, and you're absolutely correct, is that if the marketing message gets people to want to pursue the product and the distribution vehicle, the website, does not work, you have a big, big problem. If ultimately the product does work or doesn't work, we don't even know yet, because you can't get to it. So that's really where the marketing dollars aren't making sense. You're sending people to something that's going to give them a bad experience. And you know the old saying, you can never get a second chance at a first impression. So people show up, it doesn't work, they're not rushing back.
Yeah.
And I don't care why they came.
And you know, we're a show about money. We're looking at this from the business perspective. You are our marketing guru. So putting on your crisis management hat here. Healthcare executives going to the White House today to having a crisis meeting, you know, the top healthcare executives in the country. They arrive at the White House. The meeting wasn't scheduled with the president. It's not on his agenda. How much does that achieve? And then what does it look like? I mean, those are sort of two separate questions. What are your thoughts on that?
Look at the strategy of what they're doing. Let's look at the president as the CEO of this very large organization. Yesterday, the CEO came out and said, it's not working. Nobody is more angry than I am. He did exactly what he should have done at that point, which was show that the top is concerned and the top guy is going to make sure that it happens. And now, truth be told, he has to step out of the picture because he can't fix it. He can yell and scream, he can point fingers, he can demand that it gets fixed. But now it's time for the professionals, the programmers, and the other people involved to get it fixed. He doesn't want to sully his personal brand with the day in and day out. And that might not be a leadership technique, but it is a branding and marketing technique.
Interesting.
He needs to step aside.
Bruce Turkel, thank you so much. Always great.